Lots of super teams have been created this offseason with Hayward going to the Celtics, Paul George going to the Thunder, and Chris Paul going to the Houston Rockets. So today we're going to be ranking all NBA super teams for the 2017 to 2018 NBA season. So before I start, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, as your support is greatly appreciated, as I will be putting out some great NBA content throughout the rest of this offseason and throughout the regular season as well. And also subscribe to my second channel, which I will leave a link to that down in the description below. So with that, let's just get straight into it. So for some criteria, there has to be at least 2 superstars with solid role players around them, or there can be 3 superstars or more on the team as well. So some solid teams that did not qualify were the Washington Wizards, as they only have 1 superstar in John Wall. Same for the Jazz, as they have Rudy Gobert. Blazers with only Damian Lillard. However, CJ McCollum could be considered a superstar, but not in my opinion, as I just don't think he's at that level yet, but it is possible he hits that sometime soon in the future. And with the Toronto Raptors, I just don't think Lowry and DeRozan are superstars in my opinion. DeRozan is one-dimensional and he's basically an ISO scorer. And Lowry's getting up there in age, and I guess he can be considered a superstar, but even if he is or is not, they only have 1, as I don't consider DeRozan a superstar. And for the Lakers and Sixers, they both have young players with high potential, but the young guys haven't really proven themselves yet in the NBA, as most of their top guys are rookies, such as Fultz and Ball for the Sixers and Lakers respectively. So those teams are going to be super teams sometime in the near future, but not now, as those guys are young and still developing and they're not just superstars yet, but I'm sure they will be soon. So let's just go straight into our list now. With number 8, I have the Denver Nuggets. They're going to be really good next season with Nikola Jokic and Paul Millsap leading the way in the front court, as both of those guys can do it all, as they can pass, score, and rebound. However, Jokic still struggles on defense a little bit, while Millsap is a top-notch defender. So those 2 guys are superstars in my opinion, and they also have great role players around them, such as Gary Harris, Wilson Chandler, Will Barton, and others as well. So the Western Conference will be very tough to get through, and I definitely think the Nuggets will give any team that they face in the playoffs a very hard challenge. They are probably not going to get home court advantage as well, but I definitely think they're going to get one of the higher lower spots, if that makes any sense, as I definitely think they could get around the 5th or 6th seed. So for number 7, I have the New Orleans Pelicans, as they have Cousins, Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday to form a very solid big 3. And they're also going to be very interesting to watch next season and see how they will mesh together. However, spacing will be an issue, especially with Rondo joining the starting lineup at the point guard position, with Holiday moving to the shooting guard position. But I definitely think any team with Anthony Davis is going to be at least pretty solid and have a lot of potential. So I definitely think the Pelicans have a great shot at making the 2018 playoffs. And if they do go there, I think they have more potential to do more damage in the playoffs than the Denver Nuggets. So for number 6, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves, as they have Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns, and Andrew Wiggins. Those guys, along with their great combination of role players from Jeff Teague, Gorgie Dang, and Taj Gibson, will form a great team both on offense and defense. The young guys are still very inexperienced, as they don't have any playoff experience such as Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. But I think Jimmy Butler and the other vets will lead the Wolves to the playoffs, and I definitely think they're going to give any team they face a very hard challenge. So for number 5, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have Paul George and Russell Westbrook, and both of those guys are going to be insanely fun to watch, as you can definitely expect some crazy plays and crazy dunks. And I definitely think they also have some solid role players alongside them, with Patrick Patterson, Andre Robertson, and Steven Adams, to name a few. They also do have the potential to move up in these rankings. It's just that I want to see how Paul George and Russell Westbrook will fit together first, and then you can definitely expect them to move up a couple spots in these rankings. So for number 4, I have the Houston Rockets, as they have Chris Paul and James Harden, who will be leading the charge, as they are going to form a dynamic backcourt. However, I know some people will think number 4 is a little low for the Rockets, but I do want to see how Chris Paul and Harden will fit in the backcourt first, and then we'll go from there as well. This is like the Thunder scenario. However, the Rockets do have some great role players as well surrounding Paul and Harden, as they have Trevor Ariza, Clint Capella, Luke Mbah Umute, and others as well. So I definitely expect them to perform well next season, and if they do, they can definitely expect to go up 1 or 2 spots up in these rankings. So for number 3, I have the Boston Celtics. This may be a little high for them, and some people may think they should be around the 4 or 5 spot. But they have guys like Isaiah Thomas, Al Horford, and as we all know, Gordon Hayward signed with them this offseason as well. And to go along with those guys, they have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and other veteran players as well, such as Jay Crowder and Marcus Morris. However, rebounding will be an issue for them, but their offense is going to be crazy fun to watch next season, with Thomas being spectacular as usual, as long as he recovers fully from his injury in the playoffs. And we all know Hayward is super fun to watch, as he can really do it all on offense as well. So for number 2, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. They are back at it again for another season. At first, it looked like Kevin Love was going to get dealt for either Jimmy Butler, Paul George, or possibly Carmelo Anthony as well, but he stayed. And I definitely think they are still a great team. They're probably going to make the finals again next season. And let's just see if they have enough to beat the Warriors. But they didn't really add too much this offseason, as they only added Jeff Green and Jose Calderon. But they did also re-sign Kyle Korver, which was good for them as well. But I definitely don't think they have enough to be the number 1 team on this list. So obviously for number 1, we have the Golden State Warriors. They have Green, Curry, Clay, Durant, and they also re-signed Iggy and Livingston this offseason as well. And they also got even better, as they got Nick Young, Omri Caspi, and they somehow were able to steal Jordan Bell in the second round of the 2017 NBA draft. And it definitely looks like they have the top team by far, and it looks very likely that they will win another championship next season. For the record, I'm not a Warriors fan at all. I'm not a bandwagon fan. I'm not a Warriors fan. I was never a Warriors fan at all. And, that's just my thought. I do think they will win the championship again next season, but you never know. The Cavs may somehow win it, or the Celtics may somehow get into the finals. Who knows? But it just looks very likely that the Warriors will win another championship, and they simply look like the best team in the NBA right now. So that's a wrap. What are your thoughts? What are your rankings? Let me know down in the comments below. Sorry for the lack of videos over the past 4 or 5 days. I actually got a new job, and I have a lot of other stuff to do as well. So you might not see a ton of videos in the upcoming weeks, but I will still try to put up 2 or 3 vids a week, and hopefully you guys will enjoy those, and let me know some of your video ideas down below that you'd like me to do. I listen to all suggestions, and I'll try my best to do it. So that's a wrap. Thanks guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, as your support is greatly appreciated. And as I said before, drop a comment down below and I'll definitely try to get back to you. So once again, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys all have a great one. Peace.